We've been married so short. So all the people that have been married for like 20 years, we don't know as much as you guys for sure.
Yeah, no, I do want to.
I mean, we got some experience on that.
Yeah, we have some.
Yeah, we have some experience.
But
I
guys,
don't want to go on record saying we know it all.
Yeah, we do not know.
Yeah.
Like, we're still learning. We're still growing. I mean, we'll tell you what we've learned from just 1 year, but I mean, we're always learning. We're gonna constantly be learning our whole marriage.
Yeah.
So you guys got anything?
I got something. You have to come with the mindset to serve the other person.
Yeah.
Like, that's gotta be.
That's what I was gonna say, literally.
That's gotta be a priority. Like, it's not about you. You can't be selfish in a marriage. You can't be selfish. You can't be thinking, all right, well, what can she do for me? What can she do for me? Well, she's got to cook. She's got to do this. She's got to do this. Like, making a list. No. Change your mindset. Be like, what can I do for her?
Amen.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, all right, if she's having an off day, I'll help with the dishes, you know? Like, I'll do that. Like, that's not a problem. I'll help vacuum, whatever. Like, whatever it is, like, what can I do for her? How can I make her feel better? How can I make her feel loved? What can I do for her to just, like, have her be relaxed or something like that, you know? Yeah, and on the flip side, when she sees that, she's going to want to serve you even more as well.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I was going to say. Like, people talk about sacrifice. It sounds so bad and so hard. Like,
Yeah.
marriage is so
Like,
hard.
I have to give up
all
everything.
you have to do is sacrifice. It doesn't feel like sacrifice because the other person sacrifices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just,
That's so far.
it like equals out. You don't feel like you're putting any like work in because the other person would gladly do the
It
same.
always
for
meet you halfway.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
the beauty of marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another big thing: communication
Yes.
in
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Over communicate, dude. I can't tell you how many times like there would be things like we're talking about, and then like we miscommunicate, and it's just like a problem for no reason, you know?
Yeah. It's like, why did you say that? Well, I didn't really mean it that way. But it's because we didn't communicate. You know, it's like, oh, I just thought you already knew that. It's like, what? You know, like, why would I know that? And it's like, sometimes you think like, oh, but I thought that's also a thing. It's like, I'm a female, he's a male. Obviously, we think differently. You know, females, we can multitask, you know? So I know a lot of males are like, I'm pretty sure a lot of males, like, they can multitask in different ways, but females were very quick on our feet as well. And men are, but we're differently quick on our feet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, your guys' minds were completely different than ours.
Like, they're doing something. If you try to talk to them, don't even try.
Yeah, it's like, what?
They're not
You
ignoring
know?
you. They literally can't.
We're in our box.
He literally says women have noodle brains. Explain why.
Women do have noodle brains. This is how a female's brain works. How I think it works anyway.
And this is not negative.
Their brains are like this, you know, it's just, you start with one topic, right? And you don't finish the topic and you go into the next topic. And then you're talking about something else. And then you completely talk about something else. And then
you bring up something else.
Sixth conversation. And then, out of nowhere, you go jump back to the second conversation, you finish that one. And then you jump back to the 15th conversation, you finish that one. And it's just like all of this. And within 2 hours, you could talk about 17 different topics and get nowhere or get somewhere from the first topic. And it's just like all like this, you know? Whereas guys' brains are like compartmentalized. We'll start one topic, we'll finish the topic, we'll move on.
Yeah.
We'll start one topic, finish this topic, we'll move on. We're on our computer, we're working, we'll finish it, we'll move on to the other ones. If we're on on a task and we're zoomed into this task, if a woman is telling us to do something or asking us something, we're not even gonna hear her. we're just on our thing, you know, doing our thing, and then she's like, "Did you hear me?" I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Did you talk?
Yeah.
You know? Literally like that.
And some women I know, I've had conversations with women, like, they're like, does he even hear me? It's not that. It's just the way they're wired.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
is
good
like
to
that.
figure out early on in marriage.
Yeah, so always over communicate about everything, about finance. Okay, if you're saving up for something, tell that to her. If you paid the bill on a credit card, tell her that so that she's not using the money from the account, so that when the bill gets paid, it doesn't like overdraft.
Yeah.
Or something. You have to communicate about everything. Hey, Amy, on the 15th, I'm paying the credit card bill.
Yeah.
Or hey, on the 14th, we have the house bill or
Because you're
whatever.
a team.
You're a team. Always over communicate. Amy, or Amy's like, hey, we should buy this thing, and I'm thinking, okay, we should buy this thing. When can we afford it? What not? You know?
Yeah.
Always talk about everything. John, I do the dishes, you cook the food, or
Right.
I cook the food, you do the dishes.
Swap.
Always communicate about everything. So just you guys are
'Cause,
always.
John always says this. You're a team. You're a team.
We
we're
are
a
a
team.
team, yeah.
Amy, you can't say that because we're a team. You're putting me down, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. I'm not on my own anymore.
Oh, that's another big thing. Yeah, so you guys are a team. Never ever put the other person down in front of other people. Never ever.
Right.
That's
That's a big one. That's a
Big
one.
no.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like we see it happen so often, and it's like awkward. You're like,
It's so
Yeah.
awkward. That's so true.
you know, and you never want to put like embarrass a person,
Yeah. So
especially in front of other people. Like that's
yeah, always if always you guys are the team. It's you guys against everyone else.
If there's an issue or if there's something that you want to say out in public or like you want to just quickly like you have this thought about putting them down or something like that,
Yeah.
you know? Pause, stop, don't say anything. Just keep smiling. Once you get home, discuss it.
Yeah.
Explain it in private, not in public, not in front of a bunch of people. No outbursts in front of people, you know?
Yeah.
Pause, just remember, okay, I want to talk to them about this. Or if they're like, or you guys are arguing out in public, be like, all right, let's discuss this at home.
Yeah.
You know, just pause, let's discuss this at home. Go home, discuss it there in private.
Yeah.
That's no one else's business except you guys.
Yeah, because
You know?
I think if you normalize putting your partner down, even if it's in a joking way, like, oh, haha, he just, oh, you know, and I think once you start normalizing that type of behavior, it will eventually become normal and it's toxic, and other people will chime in, oh yeah, he does this, oh, you know, and I do not think that other people should be getting into your relationship also chiming into that. I do believe you need to support your spouse. If someone is trying to put your spouse down in a very nonchalant way, no, cut it off and you support them. You're always, because like John always says, you guys are the same way. All you've got is each other.
Yeah.
And what do you always say? You always say, if you don't got me, no one else got me.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, there's been so many times where like someone even jokes, like jokingly says something about me or something, and Amy's so quick to come back right at them or defend me.
Because
It's
I'm
so
like a
fast.
pit bull. I'm like, dude, try me. Like a little bit of my hood ghetto-ness will come out. I'm like, you do not know where I come
The
from.
main
That's
streets
that-
of Roseville.
That's
Yeah, I'm
that's
like-
that Sacktown special.
Yeah. So, and my sister, shout out to Ella. She's always corrected me when we were because my parents, you know, your parents raise you, but your siblings do have a big effect on who you become in the future, I do believe, when they're around you. And so Ella would always be like, Amy, you can't say that. Oh, that was so out of pocket. Oh my goodness, Amy. Like she understands my character and how I'm a little bit more outspoken, but she's like, other people don't understand that about you. And so Johnny, when I met him, I was like, wow, he understands that I'm a little bit more outspoken. He knows how to kind of level with me. And so I do think that's important because a lot of other people be like, she's too much, but he understood that.
And another thing is about the respect thing. So women need love and men need respect. And the whole part about that respect thing for the men is like a lot of times men just, for some reason, they aren't able to communicate well. Yeah. So if for some reason the wife is like putting them down or something, the guy won't even like process it or wouldn't even think that she's putting him down, but he feels it. And for some reason he's like, man, my life's just like a drag. It's like everyone's just against me, you know, there's no one for me. And it's just that kind of like undermining, and he won't even notice it until it's pretty much
Subconsciously.
Yeah,
subconsciously.
I would definitely like recommend for everyone to read the book Love and Respect.
Yeah, Love and
Yeah.
Respect.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Who's it by?
It literally covers it.
I don't know. Is it
I
by
forgot the name. It was a couple that
You can put it down
got
here.
together and wrote it.
Also, another great book. Before you get married, before you even start dating, honestly, this is a great
this book is fire.
This is a great book. It's called For Men Only.
Yes.
For Men Only. For guys, read that one. And then there's another one for women only. And
Yes.
women, you read that one. It's basically explaining the other gender. It's really cool because it shows you exactly how they think and how you're supposed to react to help them.
Christian authors.
Yeah, Christian authors. Really good book. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
In dating, marriage. We read it when we were dating. I started reading it when we first got married. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so different. You start learning more things. You start understanding more of the book when you're married. But there's a lot of good like golden nuggets that you can figure out as well as when you're dating. Because you don't, as a female, you don't understand a male. And as a male, you don't understand a female. But once you start reading this book, and these people have been married for like 25 years, over probably 30 years, and they start just writing about their marriage, and you're like, wow. And then you read it when you're married and you're like, oh my gosh, me too. And you start relating. So I do think that book is fire.